again. As anyone who's watched me before knows, I'm slightly paranoid that it's not actually live when I say it's live. So you all know that, but for the first, 30 seconds to a minute of the stream, I sit here and I check that it's actually live because I don't trust it at all. And I don't see it yet, so am I right this time? Did we finally actually not go live? Who knows? Oh, no, I'm live. Okay. Let's make slightly paranoid that it's yeah, cool. Hey guys, Dakota here, going live this evening, 9 o'clock my time. Now I made a post earlier covering some things I wanted people to talk about, and didn't get too many comments, which is completely fine. But I'm just going to the post right now. Bear with me, guys. I asked to cover some topics. Now, Game Room 6801 has been in my comments a lot, wanting me to talk about the triad of arm wrestling. Now, Game Room, I know you commented on this, you want me to talk about it, but I think it would be great for me to make a full video on this. The only thing I want Table Monkeys, I want to talk to Jason about it a little bit because I've only watched it slightly and I haven't fully covered it. Hey Drew, good to see you, my friend. I haven't watched it all and I want to understand it better before I try and articulate it to you guys. I One thing that I want to really do with this channel that's a little different from the other content that I'm involved in, like All Through the Fingers, for example, we talk and just talk and it's a great time and I love it. But because of that, I want this channel to have a different approach and I really want to have things understood and articulated so that I can present them to you guys in a way where you guys, can teach it to somebody else. That's the goal with this. I want all of us to get better at arm wrestling, and I want everyone to be able to teach what I'm saying and to be able to teach it, well to other people. And so the triad of arm wrestling, I just don't understand enough yet to teach to you guys on a camera, if that makes sense. So, Drew, I'm answering any questions tonight, man. So, I know you're always here. If you have anything you want to comment, I would absolutely love to answer your guys' questions. I'm going over the post comments right now. I just went over Game Room's comment about the triad and how I'm gonna get more learning on that so I can articulate it better. Nathan Meir commented, any tips on how to beat Zach Monroe? Very much wanted content. Well, Nathan, I know you're a smart guy. You're a power engineer. We talk quite often, and I just know, buddy, that you're gonna do your best to find a way without me saying anything. I have a lot of content posted of Zach, and I think the holes are there. Next winning lotto numbers: 3, 13, 23, 33. Anything with a 3 in it, throw it on there. And Carolyn commented, beating Zach Monroe, question mark, ha ha ha. Pigs might fly. She is Zach's biggest fan. I will give her credit on that. But yeah, Nathan, I know you're quite confident, and I know Zach's quite confident, and I love those matches because I think that's the time when like you guys really you guys are gonna clash, and it's both you guys are gonna one of you guys is gonna have to come to a realization after round one of I'm not as strong as I thought I was. And I think that when you see arm wrestlers come to that realization, it's always interesting and to see how they adapt. So I'm really fun for that one. I think it's going to be great. But I think your match with Riley Miller is going to be closer. I really do. I think Nathan Meir and Riley Miller is a good match. I've pulled both these guys. Pulled Riley Miller at the Lloyd event last year. I beat him on the right arm 3-0. I lost, or no, sorry, I didn't lose. I lost the first round to him, but I beat him 3-1 on the left arm. And I gotta say, I um I think it's gonna be like Cup versus Pronation for you guys, which is super duper exciting. And yeah, well, no one's commenting anything, so I'm gonna talk about my next match. I'm assuming I can talk about it now. Um, I will be pulling Caden Esmond November 29th at the Lloydminster event. I'm very excited for that match. Anyone in Saskatchewan, in whatever class there, knows who Caden is. He's a very, very dominant top roller in the 187s. He only lost to Jordan Weave this year at Nationals, and the other year he only lost to Mason at I remember one time at the 87s. And he's got one lane that he's very, very good in, but he's kind of strong everywhere. So I've been watching a lot of film. I'm actually releasing a video on this in a couple videos, but I think that the preparation for this is going really well. Oh, Sean texts me. Tough overall information. Are you watching? Oh, okay. I think he wants me to cover this. I'll cover it, regardless of if he's watching or not. So for those of you that don't know, TAWF is something that's coming in, well, it's out of Canada. Jason Constantini and the Table Monkeys are doing it. But it is it's a team arm wrestling federation, and I don't remember exactly where all the teams are, but I got a pamphlet here to go over with you guys, which I think is awesome. So, Team Arm Wrestling Federation, it was Jason Constantini, so I was correct. And it introduces a fully team-based format. So basically, it's 8 teams across North America, 4 weight classes per arm. You have your lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, and super heavyweight. The game is scored in 4 fast-paced rounds. So the way I think they're doing it is you have your weight classes, you have your teams, and then you're doing 4 rounds of that. And so there's going to be a draft, which happens for all the teams. So I know Calgary has a team, Vancouver has a team, Montreal has a team, Toronto has a team. I actually think that Montreal and them are going to be having their match quite soon. And they have a custom point system rewarding wins and certain weight class challenges. They have live matchups. You have a coach there, which in teams obviously coaching each other. Um, Actually, it's kind of interesting. Out of curiosity, my dad and I threw on the Pro Panja League the other day, and they do a team-based format. I didn't realize that, and so I like what they do with the team-based stuff, and I think that Tough is going to really articulate a North American version of that, which is exciting. But Tough just isn't tournament arm wrestling. It's structured, it's scored, it's strategic, and it's city versus city. So you have lots of pride in your cities, lots of points, lots of bragging rights on the line. Like I know Alberta, Vancouver is probably going to be a lot of beef. I know Alberta, Toronto, actually, or sorry, Calgary, Toronto is going to be like almost an Alberta, Ontario little sneak peek preview. So I think that that is going to be super exciting. The teams that are in it, um, Tampa Bay Reapers, Las Vegas Reckoning, Montreal Saints. I can't read that one. Toronto Smoke, Calgary Rangers. There's 2 more teams. It's too fuzzy. I can't read it. I'll try and find it. Um, and I know a lot of you guys like Mac. I've pulled on a Mac table myself, and I enjoy it. I haven't pulled on a revamped Mac table yet, but I've heard good things. I know Clifton was telling me good things from people who've pulled on it. This is actually partnered with Mac. So Major Arm Wrestling Championships, it's most respected independent tournament platform. That's what it says on here. It's introducing its world-class equipment, innovative rules with the master referees, fair competition, and community-first values. And I think Tough. Oh, Sean said probably not going to be draft for other teams. Might have been just for Toronto, Montreal because they're so close and lots of pullers will pull on either team. Oh, okay. Yeah, Drew, there's a Las Vegas one, so make sure you tell people about it. It's gonna be interesting. Thanks for sending me this pamphlet, Sean. It's a great thing to cover. And yeah, they want to end on pins, guys. That's why they're using the Mac table. So I know Sean is quite involved with the team around here. I don't know how much I can say on anything, but I'll tell you what, we got a really good team. It looks really fun. And I know that we're gonna have some good coaching and stuff as well. So I'm really curious to see what happens with that. Okay, of course my dad's calling me mid-live. What a guy. Yeah, there is a Las Vegas team. Sean, I missed 2 teams. I just couldn't read them. Feel free to comment them if you want. Um, let me get back to the pamphlet here for you guys. And yeah, so the scoreboard says where combat meets the clock. The TAWF scoreboard isn't just a display. It's a heartbeat of every match. It tracks the match result, weight classes, tracks the bonuses that are earned, which is something new for arm wrestling, guys. The bonuses, I'm really curious to see how that works. I don't know quite the direction they're going in. Oh, where is this info then? Is this on Facebook or something? I don't have that crap. I don't know if Tough has stuff on Facebook. Um, Drew, I'm sure we can figure out a way to get it to you. I'm sure it'll come up in a through the fingers as well, and we'll find a link for you because it's interesting. I don't know what direction they're going with the bonuses, but I think it would be cool if it was like, oh, win by top roll or win, something like that, or maybe like hold for this long or if the match goes over this amount of time. It's a lot of directions they could go with that, but it'd be interesting if someone wins on a bonus point or something. Like that'll be new for arm wrestling and that could bring up some it's like how the Cowboys and Packers tied the other day and people don't like ties, It'd be like bring a little bit of like not bad drama, but like good drama. It's like, oh, did you see that tough match? Like they won on bonus points. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be interesting. It updates teams totals in real time, so fans always know where they're at, just like any other scoreboard. It's built to mirror traditional sports scorecards, driving fan engagement, team pride, and strategic drama. So it's going to follow, in a sense, your traditional sports scoreboards. Things are going to happen. You're going to have lots of stuff going on. It's getting more of that mainstream so that one day, we can be on that mainstream platform. Why it matters. It bridges combat sports with team sports. Fans track their team like a hockey team or a football team. Sean, it's just getting started, Drew. It has potential to be huge. It's going to be made into a TV friendly format and is already picked up by Fight Network and Game Plus. Dakota, you can chat the links I sent you in the chat, and Drew and other people can go check it out. Okay, I'm on Restream. I'm gonna have to figure out how to drop those links. If not, once I'm done reading them, I'll just copy and paste them from my phone onto this, and people can look at them in the live chat later on. And I'll make a post about this actually on my YouTube, and maybe I'll even do one on my Instagram, and I'll have the links there for people to check out. So it bridges combat sport with team sport. So it's a little bit of both, because really, when you think of our combat sports, you have your fighting, your MMA, you don't really have a team. You have like the camp that they come from, but they don't have a team. Whereas this is a little bit of a mixture of both. Because with arm wrestling, thankfully, you don't get the crap beat out of you. Your arm gets a little sore. Unless you get injured, you can keep arm wrestling. So you have that, oh, we're cheering for, Alberta Rangers or Calgary Rangers, but Alberta knows that's their team. It's kind of like how Toronto just won the AL East. All of Canada's, for the most part, behind Toronto right now in baseball, even though we're not all from there. But same idea, brings it together in a fun way. It reinforces every point in the format. It bases scores, fouls, bonuses, and gamble matches. Gamble matches is interesting. I don't know what exactly that means, but who knows? Like gamble matches sounds interesting for sure. It's built for broadcasting and betting. Clean, dynamic, and perfect for in-game graphics and live commentary. Now, I personally don't think I'm quite good enough to make a tough team yet. I think I have some developing to do still. And if the trajectory that they go, um, one day I'll be on a team, but I would like to possibly get something to do with the commentary. I think this is an interesting format for live commentary. I think it brings another dynamic. Oh, sorry, before I keep going. The point bonuses and penalties will be based on fouls and jumping weight classes. If you get a foul but win, you get one less point. If you win and your opponent had a foul, you get one more point. Very interesting. Jumping weight classes, Sean said as well. All that stuff will be super cool. But yeah, I feel like with the live commentary, it will be a different aspect because you have the bonuses. You have to talk about them jumping a weight class, the extra point if you jump up a weight class. If you're 176, you pull a 220 guy, you're up two weight classes. If you win that match and your opponent has a foul on you, then you get three extra points. If I'm commentating, that's something I talk about. Oh, wow, we have, so and so going into the 220 weight class, but Oh, he just got a foul. So even if he wins this, one of his points are negated. Things like that. You get to keep the crowd engaged for new people watching. They don't maybe fully understand. You get to keep them in. There with the MAC table, there's not as much dead time, but any dead time that there is kind of involved, you have a lot of opportunity to fill that in. Talking about a gamble match, talking about these certain things. And I think that is a really fun dynamic. And that's going to help their TV format so much. Yeah, Drew, I agree. System and points pretty neat. Um, it adds a whole nother layer to this, which I think is very, very fun. Let's go over the team format. So you have your team structure. Each team rosters 12 athletes and only fields 8 athletes per game. You have your lightweight, your middleweight, your heavyweight, and your super heavyweight. Lightweight is under 175, middleweight is under 205, heavyweight is under 245, and super heavyweight is 246 plus. Each weight class pulls one match on both left and right arm for each round. And like Evie said at the start, there's 4 rounds. The game format is MAC table and rules. You have a MAC set grip. All slips go to straps. Yeah, you find out all the info on the TAWF site. Yeah, exactly, Drew. I can drop the links as well. But yeah, their TAWF site has it all covered. I guess I could have said that. I didn't realize. I didn't even think to say that. My bad. What the heck am I doing? All slips go to straps. 2 minutes between rounds, 30 seconds between matches. Each match equals a single pull. So it's just single pull. Very interesting. 4 rounds, 8 matches per round. Early win threshold. First team to score 100 points or lead the game by 50 points. Dang, imagine getting 50-point mercy ruled. That'd be tough. Yeah, I shouldn't have laughed at that joke. Not all wins are created equal. 5 points for the winner of each match. If an athlete pulls in a heavier class, bonus points are awarded as follows: plus 1 point for each weight class above their own. Athletes can only pull in weight, not down. I just thought of something, guys. We're experimenting a little bit. Oh, Drew, fair enough. Drew was talking to me about this. What if I add screen, share window? Okay, hold on, guys. Bear with me, bear with me. I'm figuring something out. I think I need to go. Okay, I'm going back to this. You guys are going to really like me if I pull this off. If I don't, you're going to hate me. Okay, new window. Here we go. Here we go. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, what did I do? Share window. Can you guys see this window? I don't know how this is working. Oh no, hold on. Ah, yes. TAWF.ca. Oh man, I have been doing this wrong the entire time. You guys can see this well? I'm glad you're laughing, Sean. I'm glad you're laughing. Okay, this is great. This is gravy. I can see the chat. I can see me. I can see you guys. So yeah, this is exactly what I was going over. Oh, we got Detroit Steel, Long Island Raiders, Tampa Bay Reapers, Las Vegas Reckoning, Montreal Saints, Vancouver Wildcats, Toronto Smoke, and Calgary Rangers. So I covered all this. Here we were. Point system. 1 point for each weight class above their own. Athletes can only pull up in weight and not down. So you're not going to see no big guys pulling 76s. Fouls adjust scoring. One warning is 3 fouls. Second warning is a foul. Wait, one warning, 3 fouls. Oh, you're allowed one warning or 3 fouls. 2 warnings equals 1 foul. Third foul equals loss. Fouls is plus or minus 1 point based on who commits them. Only the winner scores point. Wow, I'm getting so many phone calls. I gotta call you back, mother. I'm live, okay?
You're what?
I'm live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Can you...
Make sure I get home safe. I'm sick. I'm coming home. Just
Okay.
make sure I get home in 20 minutes, okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Sorry, she called me like 6 times. I'm making sure it wasn't an emergency. Um, Dakota is now a PC wizard. Look at him. Well, guys, you should just be happy I didn't share my other window. No, I'm kidding. Flash pin in under 0.5 seconds is +1. Shutout +4. Win all matches in any class. Captain win +1 for team captain wins. Number 4, gamble match. Each team has 2 gambles to apply to any match. Winning a gamble match gets the winner 2 times the points for the score earned. Ah, I like this. This is fun. Season format. We are watching the start of something great, Drew. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that, Sean. That was really nice. I'm gonna show that comment so that you have receipts one day to. There's receipt right there. All right. Okay. A guy emergency isn't usually the same. Yeah, that's fair. I just, usually she only calls me once and leaves me be. So season format. Regular season, 14 weeks, October 3rd, 2026 to January 3rd, 2027. 8 teams representing major North American cities. Each team plays 7 regular season games, 2 games every Saturday, 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So 10 p.m., 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mountain Standard for us Edmonton Red Deer Calgary Tonians. Okay. Playoffs North and South. Top 2 Canadian teams face off in the Canadian semifinal. Top 2 U.S. teams face off in the American semifinal. Winners will meet in the TAWF Championship final. One team will raise the first ever TAWF Cup. Hopefully, it's not tough to lift. Um, yeah, then we have game one. That's just like an example thing, I think. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse here. Oh, it got big. Yeah, you guys can. Okay. Why back tough? Join the future. Stoke the flame. So basically, guys, for the athletes, it's a professional platform to showcase skill, strategy, and strength on a TV platform. You can earn more than medals, prize money, sponsorships, long-term visibility. Team Unity brings deeper rivalry, stronger motivation, and shared glory. I would also like to add to that, Team Unity is great in the sense of building with your teammates, having a great time while you do it, getting a lot of friends along the way. Thanks. I'm glad you liked my joke, Drew. Path to grow from local puller to national athlete with real fan following. Here's the thing, guys. We look at arm wrestling in our kind of loving bubble that we have for it. But with things like this on the horizon, I think they nailed something here. From local puller to national athlete with real fan following. If we back things like this, like tough, these things that are fighting to get on the TV, that are making our sport more entertaining, more fun, we're going to see a real big surge of people who don't always watch arm wrestling coming in and enjoying entertaining people. Doesn't mean you got to be a dick, doesn't mean you got to be a bad person, but if you're an entertaining person, there's real chance on these things as they get out there more to, get to the point where people are really followed in a sports fan base. You talk to people about the mainstream sports, the baseballs, the footballs, the hockeys. You talk about a Connor McDavid, someone like that. Really, in our sport, Devin is quite well known. I would say Matt Mask, a lot of people know him too. But we have a lot of potential here to really break that barrier and get names out there, which I think is super fun. For the managers, managers get to lead a regional team in a televised fan driven league. They draft top talent, build their own roster. They get to host major events with streaming exposure. Manager, coach, same idea. You look at the mastermind behind things. Drafted a team with certain aspects. He picked 12 guys. He's rostering 8 guys to go up against a certain team. I think that's an aspect we didn't really cover that I think should be covered more is You get to pick 12, but you play 8. So you got to kind of, I don't know how they're doing that, if you get to see what 8 the other team's playing, or if you play your 8 and they play their 8 and then you play with the cards you're dealt. But there's a lot of strategy behind that depending on who's going against who, you know. Techniques make a lot of difference in this sport, and someone can have somebody's number. And when you're looking at flash pins, when you're looking at, you know, bonus points, gamble matches, and people have people's numbers, you can rack up points really quick that you weren't expecting to get. Be the architect of rivalries, victories, and unforgettable moments for managers. You know, I think coaches, managers, whatever you want to call them, they have a really, really good opportunity here to get a really good thing going for themselves if they understand maybe more of the mental aspect, but they're not quite where they want to be in the physical aspect. They maybe work an athlete working towards it. There's someone who's pulled for many years, doesn't want to pull anymore, but wants to be involved. Maybe somebody who, you know, has other endeavors in arm wrestling, but they're very smart. There's a lot of different people who can fill those manager positions, and I think they're going to be very important. And I think in a team sport, it's very fun to be in a managing role. For the fans, finally, a league to cheer for. City versus city, country versus country. You know what, guys? The reality of it is, when you have a city, when you have a province that you're cheering for, and you have people that you enjoy that you can get behind, it just makes it that much more fun. You know what I mean? You might not really know the people, but you know you're from Calgary and you know that you don't want to see a Toronto team beating a Calgary team, whatever sport it is. Think about it, guys. Think about you're at a bar somewhere in Calgary, you're down for some reason, you're watching the TV in the local pub, and you see Calgary Rangers versus Toronto Smoke. Well, I've never heard of these teams. Let's take a look. What are they doing? Oh, they're arm wrestling. I didn't know arm wrestling was on the TV. I've maybe you've seen it from WL, maybe you've never seen it on the TV. Well, that's cool. That's so fun that it's a team thing. Let me look into this, and all of a sudden you have a fan out of it. So this is going to be a really good proof of concept. I'm really excited to see where Jason Constantini and them go with this. And I really hope that, you know, they kind of achieve everything that they want to achieve out of it. But again, fast, strategic, and emotional. Every game is a story. You have stories, you're building things up. You have a lot of opportunity to showcase certain teams, certain players. Maybe, you know, Sean is on Team Alberta and he pulls out the victory. The team puts the manager says, I'm gamble matching Sean because if he wins this match right now, we just break the 100-point threshold and we win, you know, 100 to 94, and we gambled on it, and Sean flash pinned, and because Sean flash pinned, that just put us over the points. Now we can interview Sean, we can understand a little bit about him and what brought him to that point where he gets that flash pin. And I think that's really exciting, and it builds a story that you follow, and you follow this all the way from October 3rd all the way to January 3rd of the next year, and you just, oh, that Sean guy. I remember seeing this guy 3 weeks ago. He got the flash pin when the manager put in a gamble match and they won 100 to 94. It was crazy. They just barely squeaked out the win. I really like how this manager on the Calgary team, they just like they really take the risks that they need to take at the certain times, and because of that, I'm backing them. Just things like that you see all the time. Look at the Detroit Lions in the NFL. Their coach has balls. He makes gambly plays on fourth downs that not a lot of other teams make, and he makes fans out of it. And we have a really good opportunity here to do the exact same thing. I might have to edit this title because I've just been talking about tough the whole time, and I think that I'm doing a great job of promoting this. I'm not gonna lie. Red Cat Man, what's up, Dakota? Hey, Red Cat Man, how you doing? I'm just getting way too into talking about tough right now, and I made up a scenario in my head that sounded so hyped that like I'm just thinking about it, and yeah. Anyways, access behind the scenes through the docu-series, live content, and podcast. Again, guys, look at Sportsnet, look at TSN. They got the baseball, and then they got people talking about baseball, and then they got people showing baseball, talking about drafts. This is that exact thing, but for arm wrestling. Let's think of the off season. January 4th comes around. I'm going to say Calgary wins it just because I'm biased, but let's say Calgary wins the championship, and then we're looking at next draft. Well, okay, like Toronto really has to turn it around because at the end of the day, like they did a really good job this year, but looking back at things, they had some guys who weren't great. And look at their provincial champions. We look at the provincial champions and we can draft new guys. And I just think that this whole team concept that they're doing is really, really fun. And yeah, join early and say I was there when it started. You guys have a really good opportunity here of like a bragging factor in a way. Like, oh, 10 years down the road, let's say let's say it goes somewhere and it's all over the place and there's people wearing tough jerseys and they're going to events. You can say, I was involved in the arm wrestling scene. I helped get that started. Or, I watched the first one. It wasn't even on TV yet. It was just kind of showing up. Just fun things like that. And I could actually sit here and talk possibilities on this forever because I think it's an insane, not insane in a good way, but it's a really fun direction to take this, and you can bring that whole team aspect in. Like if this goes proper, and by proper I mean really well, like you could see people selling out arenas cheering on a team, wearing a person's jersey, the same as people wearing a McDavid jersey, the same as people wearing a Josh Allen jersey, the same as a Guerrero Jr. jersey. You walk in, people got that Cruther jersey on, people got that, you know, Terrian jersey on. Like it's just it's fun to think about. And one thing that I don't think, yeah, Sean's saying it perfectly. 10 years from now, TAWF will be the NHL, NFL of arm wrestling. And James Harmison, I think I said it right. I might have butchered that. He said, looks interesting, something new at least. I completely agree with both you guys. It's something new. It's something fun. It's something worth taking a shot in. And the possibilities are endless. Both athletes and fans. Like the merchandise that can come from this. There's so many things that can come from it. I want to explore the website a little bit more. I don't know if there's anything more actually for now. Let's look at the menu. What has been? Let's take a look, guys. Oh, it's just all videos. So yeah, I mean, I would recommend going to the website, guys. I know Table Monkeys has had a team concept before. They've had great things going on like that. You can get a really good idea. I think they show the draft day. They got Coach Ray on here. They've had a ton of cool stuff in that sense. What will be? Detroit Steel and Long Island Raiders, Montreal Saints and Toronto Smoke, Vancouver Wildcats and Calgary Rangers, Las Vegas Reckoning and Tampa Bay Reapers is what will be. You know what? And I gotta say too, I'm actually really enjoying these. The I don't know which one's your guys' favorite. I'm gonna be. I can't even be biased and say Calgary Rangers. I think that's cool, but Vegas Reckoning looks like Silver Surfer got mashed with a bunch of colors, and I think Vegas Reckoning looks super cool. I think that's sick. But the best team right here, Calgary Rangers, best team by far. Sean, who is the manager? I don't know if you can say that or not, but I'd actually be curious. You can go on here. You can be a sponsor. Let's click on the page. Let's take a look. We're already here. We might as well take a look. So we have arm wrestling scoreboard, basically just selling here. They have a reel, and you can come through here. They have explaining why you want to support them pretty much. They're selling themselves to you, and they have packages. They have available packages, gold. They have Fight Network and Game Plus, like Sean said, have already confirmed. Yeah, Sean, who's the manager of Calgary? Then we have more things here. How to get a hold of Jason, Jason's phone number. Somebody should prank call him. That'd be funny. Don't say you were on my show, though, if you prank call him. Dedicated highlight reels on their socials, the thank yous on your socials, VIP seats. Um, go be a sponsor, guys. It looks like a fun time, to be honest. Rules and manual. Sean sent me this, so we can take a deep dive into the rules here a little bit. I'm gonna edit this live when I'm done and just title it Tough Talk. I think that sounds fun because I don't know, Jason could also send people this way. I'm already covering everything if he has anything people want to cover. So we have a really deep set of rules. Well, we might as well cover them. We're already here. Introduction. So here's the purpose. I'm going to skim really quick and see if there's anything important to go over. More attractive arm wrestling to get to a global audience with a team format. Growth of arm wrestling by bringing attention. Just say this new computer whiz sent you. Yeah. Providing a platform for arm wrestlers to showcase skills, engaging fans. Strength is more than just physical, unity, strategy, and resilience. And that's what I like. It brings some different aspects to the game that we haven't been seeing. And with MAC rules, we're going to see a lot of pins happening and all that good stuff. I'm really excited. What else do we have going on here? So they have their vision, Premier League for arm wrestling. To summarize this, like Sean was saying, the NFL, NHL of arm wrestling. Structure of the manual. It's designed to provide clarity, clear understanding, explaining everything. We're smart enough. We can go over that quick. So we've covered the team composition. Team roster must be finalized 48 hours before the game. No substitutions or changes can be made after that time. So I wonder if a team substitutes earlier, if you will know that team's lineup. Sort of me until it starts. I've been putting the team together, but the managers can't compete, so it'll probably just be Len Houghton. That's fair. Does the manager have to travel with the team, Sean? If an athlete fails to make weight for a game, their team will be forced to compete without that athlete. Their teams will have no reserves after all has been finalized, ensuring the matchup is carefully planned and committed in advance. Okay. Captain manager responsibilities. Key decision maker. They pick the roster. They decide who competes in the matches when substitutions are made and whether to challenge calls with referees. The manager can make substitutions during the match and is provided declared before the match begins. The opposing team has 30 seconds to make their own substitution if they choose. The manager selects the team captain at the start of each game, and the captain has no specific responsibilities beyond competing. They are awarded 1 extra point. So while the captain does not have specific operational responsibilities, they serve as the face of the team during competition. Their main role is to perform in matches and add points to the team's total. Winning a match as captain adds 1 point. So what I think we're gonna see over captain stuff is you're gonna okay, hold on. So the start of each game. So I think a lot of it's gonna be looking over at the other team and determining like, okay, I think that looking at their 76-pound class, it's looking pretty weak. Not only that, but their lightweights or the weight above their 76 is also looking really weak. Let's put a lighter guy as our captain. He'll get an extra point. He's going to run through that class. But not only that, if we get him to go up 1 and he gets us an extra 2 points, that, things like that. Or, yeah, I could sit here and talk about it. Yeah, each game. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Sean. Well, that's cool. It'll be fun for Len to get to travel around. I want to talk to Jason about commentating one of this or something. This looks fun. Man, I'm getting all excited and stuff. You're supposed to go to bed soon. Competition format. Game schedule. Through the 14-week season, each team plays against each other team once. 2 games every Saturday, with the first starting. Yeah, so we talked about time already. Consists of 4 rounds. Ooh, I'm dying. The rounds will proceed as follows. I'm going to drink this like 3-week-old water. Hopefully it doesn't kill me off. Oh, that actually wasn't bad. Left, 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 right, middle right, heavy right, super left, super right. So left arm first, lightest to heaviest, nothing crazy there. Manager's role. The managers have 2 minutes to select and submit their picks for each match. Once the picks are made, they cannot be changed except for when a substitution occurs. If a sub's made, opposing team has 30 seconds. Each match will be a single pull with a warning system in place. Team with the most points after all 32 matches is declared winner. However, 100 points or 50-point lead causes an early win. We'll say mercy rule for the sake of it. So before pre-game setup, you have to have weigh-ins. You have to meet your weight limit. You You may attempt to weigh in as many times as needed to make weight, so you can leave and do it. No clothing allowance. You must wear appropriate clothing to compete. You must have shoes, pants, or shorts, and your team jersey. Clothing should be designed for performance, ensuring that it does not interfere with the match. Referee may request changes. I like this. I really hope that if they're going for televised, if they're going for that professional feel, that they will uphold a certain standard for athletes in order for them to have some professional wear. I understand that there's some aspects of this, but I do think that you know, even having like team not outfits fully, but like something of that sense, because I think that looking good is really important for the TV in that sense of professionalism. Starting the match, we have the referee will instruct athletes on how to position their hands and arms for the start. Max set grip. Athletes must place their elbows. So this max setup, for those of you that don't know, you can come to read this, but I feel like most of us watching this will know max setup, so I'm going to jump through this. We have a scoring overview, so it's designed to reward both athletes' performance and decisions made by the team. Designed to keep matches exciting, fair, engaging, ensuring both individual efforts are valued. Only the winner will score points. A foul is plus 1 point if the loser commits a foul, -1 if the winner. Points awarded for shutout wins, captain wins, gamble wins, flash pins, or athletes pulling up a class. Touching the pin pad of any portion wrist to fingertips is a pin. Parallel pin occurs when wrist to fingertips break the imaginary glass plane on the table that says you win. Fouls when you violate rules, covering thumb knuckle, false start, touching chin, shoulder, head, elbow foul, your border warning, foot contact with the opponent, losing contact of the peg, too much loading, a king's move, your shoulder crossing center, 3 fouls is an auto loss, all fouls are stop fouls. So if me and Sean are arm wrestling and I foul, the match stops. If I win, I only get 2 points. If Sean wins, he gets 4 points. If Sean was captain, he gets 5 points. If they gambled on Sean and all of those things, he gets 10 points. Pretty straightforward. I kind of think so. If I win, I only get 2 points. If I'm captain, I get 3 points. If someone gambled on me, then I only get 6 points. Pretty straightforward. Wait, I think I did my math wrong there at some point. No, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I did. But anyways, you guys get it. Hopefully no one clips that. That's kind of embarrassing. Elbow fouls and warnings. The MAC table is 9.5 by 10 black interior pads surrounded by a red 1-inch border. Key guidelines: red border, warning zone. So don't go into the MAC warning zone. Go watch a MAC event, guys. Go watch Auden or one of your favorite arm wrestlers pull a MAC match, and you'll understand the MAC rules. Milo, Peter Braun is a good one. I'm gonna beat that Peter Bronick Jr. guy soon, guys. Don't worry. I think someone's got to beat that guy. Penalties. If an athlete does not report to the table before the game clock reads double O's, then you get a point penalty. Flagrant fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct, arguing with the ref, aggressive points, aggressive actions. Oh, Sean, you better be careful. Sean, you better be careful. So result in a 5-point team penalty and possible ejection from the game. I was kidding, guys. Sean doesn't actually get unsportsmanlike. He just goes crazy on the table. Penalties will always be reviewed by the league. Strategy and bonus points. So puller selection. You can pick a lighter athlete to pull in a heavier class for extra points. So the manager selection also determines strategy and lineup. So that's fun. Then you have the gambles you can pick during the game. So at the start of each game, the manager selects a team captain. Oh yeah, okay, we talked about that. We talked about subs. The manager has the ability to force a review on any call made during the game, and the head referee will review the match footage captured on a camera. The review will be made based on footage, and the head referee will make a final ruling. If the original call stands, the team that forced the review will lose a timeout. And then let's jump into timeouts, guys. Each team is allowed 2 timeouts during the game. The manager can call for a timeout at any point while the clock is running. Each timeout lasts 2 minutes. Okay, so my question is if I force review and lose and I have another timeout, can I risk both timeouts on a force review? And then my follow-up question to that question is if I do a force review and I win and I keep a timeout, can I force review 3 times technically, or am I only allowed a certain amount and then I have to use timeouts at a certain point? We'll see if that's answered, but those are my kind of questions right now. Team captain bonus, flash pin bonus we covered, shutout win. When the team wins all four matches in a specific weight class and arm division. So left, right during the course of a game. So in a specific weight class and arm division. Okay. Gamble win, two gambles, manager picks, double points, team wins. Uh, and it makes it strategic because you want to use it at certain times. If you have a lighter guy pulling up a class and the other guy has two fouls, and I don't know if you can gamble after fouls are called or not. I'm not sure how picky they are because, like, let's say I get, two fouls and then the other guy's like, oh, gamble match now. It's like, okay, buddy. So I don't know how that works. Pulling up occurs when a lighter athlete competes in a heavier class. So, yeah. Season format and playoffs. The tough. Oh yeah, we've covered this. Competition schedule covered. Game days covered. Final standings kind of covered, but they're ranked based on win loss and points will be used for tiebreakers. Then the playoffs is the top four ranked teams: two USA, two Canada. Safety and fair play. Oh, okay, so we're covering safety. Athletes are responsible for their own safety. If you want to break your arm, go and break it. This is kind of what they're saying here. Arm wrestling is a combat sport. Referees' roles, enforcing the rules, somewhat monitoring safety, the conditions of the competitors, things like that. Let's say you tear your bicep and you're like, I'm pulling, they're going to be like, you're stupid, things like that. Making fair calls. Referees must remain impartial and unbiased in making all decisions based on the TAWF rule book. They will call fouls and determine match stoppages and enforce the penalty system in a fair manner. Head referee is the only person authorized to make final decision about any dispute. The manager may challenge a call, but only if it falls within the specified rules for challenges. Any call that is questioned by the manager may be reviewed by TAWF. This process allows for review. Oh, so questionable. And then referees have the authority to stop the match immediately if they believe you're not complying in danger or in a dangerous situation. So if someone pulls out a gun, they will probably stop the match. Injury protocols. While TAWF promotes a competitive and high energy environment, safety is always a top priority. The following guidelines ensure proper handling of injuries during matches: immediate response to injury, injury timeout, injury documentation, and return to competition. Well, hopefully not if your arm's dangling. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so if you're injured, you get cleared by a medical team to return, you're allowed to return. All that good stuff. Code of conduct, have respect, have fair play, be a professional athlete as you are one there, not only representing yourself, but representing the league. Um, you're not really allowed to argue with the referee about a call. You can negotiate during setup and all that good stuff, but at the end of the day, they make the final choice. And if you're unhappy with it, I'm assuming the rule is going to be probably you like stay at the table and turn back to your manager. You're like, hey, pal, like, can you call this? I'd never call Len pal though if he manager. I'd be like, sure. Well, please. Managers, leadership and sportsmanship. Managers should set an example for themselves by maintaining a high standard of professionalism. Oh, I could see Len pulling up in a suit. No, I couldn't, you guys, but he'd have that cut off Alberta shirt with that sick tattoo hanging out. Communication with referees. Managers are the only team members allowed to challenge calls with the referees. So actually, because managers are allowed to dispute, and I think there's some time in between because it's the game format, I have a feeling like you're going to be able to go back and be like, "Yeah, I really don't think that call was right. Like, I think you should challenge this." The team kind of gets together and goes from there. That would make sense. Fans have to have respect for athletes and officials, no throwing tomatoes, be positive, I'm sure there's got to be some demeanor when they have fans, like, oh, Toronto sucks, or Montreal, you stink, or Las Vegas, things like that. But consequences of violations, fouls for unsportsmanlike conduct, event removal in extreme cases, and prize forfeiture. I've never said that word in my life, and I nailed it, and that was really fun to say. Oh, going back, I see there's six of you guys here. Hello to all six of you. I hope you guys are enjoying the little, going down the list. Feel free to comment any questions you have or any fun stuff. Post game procedures. At the conclusion of the game, they are clear for handling disputes, awarding prizes, and ensuring the integrity of the competition. I'm assuming teams will handshake, dap each other up, the arm wrestling shake, all that good stuff. In the event of a dispute or questionable call during a game, TAWF has a clear process review. Dispute resolution. If a manager feels that a call made by the referee was incorrect or questionable, okay, so we're still on disputes. If the game dispute alters the outcome of the game, changing the winner, the score will be adjusted and the affected team will be notified. If necessary, a re-game may be scheduled. Oh, so you can dispute maybe afterwards by the I think, and that's what it's saying. That could be interesting, because you could probably dispute a lot of stuff. Prizes. At the conclusion of each game in each season, the winning team will be awarded prizes. Game win. TAWF will distribute the game's prize pool evenly to the winning team's athletes and managers. Prizes will vary based on league sponsorship, but this will generally include cash rewards, but also include other perks and benefits. A private jet to the next match. Just kidding. Season win. The overall season champion will be awarded the TAWF Trophy along with additional prize money and or merchandise. Well, it just says or. I threw the end in there, but you never know. Then they have most valuable puller, MVP. I like how they threw that in there. Most points per pull. So MVP is the most valuable puller, standout athlete of the season, based on all stats and a vote from athletes and managers. Most points per pull, awarded athlete who accumulates the highest points per pull average, the PPP, points per pull for the season. Minimum 10 pulls required, and hardest to pin. Awarded the athlete who forfeits the least amount of points during the season. Minimum 10. Prize distribution again, prize forfeiture, glossary of terms, arm wrestling terms. A win in arm wrestling occurs when one competitor forces their. Oh, okay, sorry. We're just talking. This is stuff that people who've never watched it before will understand. More stuff. Pronation. What's that? A force applied to an athlete in an attempt to rotate their wrist to compromise their cup. Oh, cool. Center circle, strap match, blah blah blah. The most recent up to date. I declare that this arena has been built. Oh, Lord, this league and test of will was made to bring flame into the sport and silence, so that through the clash of arms, disputes of spirit, That's cool. Shout out Table Monkeys. That's sick. All right, that was good. Where were we? Events. Montreal, Toronto, Henderson Brewing Company, Saturday, October 11th. 2 Saturdays from now, guys, is when this TAWF kicks off. You can get tickets here on the website. You're going to want to check it out. Everything we just went over, seems pretty sick. Meet the teams. I don't know if that's up and running yet. I'm clicking on it's not working. Oh, meet the Saints. Oh, so they have some teams on here already. Well, let's take a look. So Christian the Bull Gilbert is the manager of this. He brings deep technical know-how and a fierce competitive spirit to the team. 0 to 175. We have Pascal Gervais, Etienne Roach, and Elaine Goyer. It's a good team, actually. It's a good team. I saw that guy at Nationals. I know that guy's good. Middleweight. Oh, John Terrian's on Montreal. And Ellie, I think Ellie Lapointe, Ellie, not sure. What did Sean? Oh, game not match. I thought Sean commented something else. And Joseph Spoljar. Man, I'm butchering these. Oh, the first two are starters and the third's a reserve. Okay, I get it. Dang, Pork Chop and BLM are the starters for the Montreal Saints. The heavyweights? Okay. This is a good team. And Andre Saint Germain as backup. And we have Pierre Code, Justin Cleary, and Mathieu Boucher. And then for the women, Tiffany Barbeau. And then I think that's Isabella, I'm assuming. And then Kyrie. I'm only saying first names from here on out, guys. That was horrible. Oh, okay. That's the Montreal Saints for everybody. Let's meet the smoke. Oh, Mike Gould is the manager. Okay. Can you guys still see my screen? I haven't checked in a while. 7 people. There's 7 of you in here. Thanks, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. You stumbled across this for some reason. Thanks for tuning in and checking this out, guys. Lightweights. Oh, this Bryce Zachariah guy was at Nationals. He's pretty good, I think. And oh, this is Toronto Smoke has Alexander, Bryce, and Miguel. Alexander's good, man. I think Toronto's got the advantage on the lightweights. I do. Middleweights, Jake Charles. Montreal is a stacked team. Yeah, but Sean, I think Toronto's lightweights are better. I do. I think they're better. Jake Charles. Sorry, I'm only saying first names. Jamie Staken and Blake. Oh, middleweights. These are good teams, actually. This is interesting. Heavyweights, Alan Ford and Tyler Bullseye. Oh man, I think Pork Chop and BLM is a crazy heavyweight stack. Mike Smith as well. Yeah, this is gonna be. I'm curious to see how this goes. Because I mean, Pork Chop could pull up into heavies, and Pork Chop could pull Rick. Pork Chop could pull Adam. BLM could also pull up. So we have Rick, Adam, and Nathan as the supers. And hey, Ryan, 8 people. I'm almost to 10 people. This is crazy. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Ryan, just going over but wait until the Calgary team is final. We're gonna hit him where it hurts, Sean. We're gonna hit him where it hurts. Hopefully, I don't get kicked off YouTube for throwing a punch. But yeah, I'm pumped to see the Calgary finalized team. That's super exciting. The ladies of Toronto, Danica, Julianne, and I want to say it, but I don't want to say it wrong. E.T.? I'm going with Edie. E.T.? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if you watch this and I got that wrong. Please correct me in the comments. I don't know. I think. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. You're gonna be sick of me here. Okay, let's remember. Alex Bryce, Jake and Jamie, Tyler Allen, Adam Rick, Danica Julianne. Let's just go back to the Saints. Oh, John and Ellie versus. Okay, wait, I already forgot. I'm sorry, guys. John Ellie. Jake Charles and Jamie Staken. Ah, yeah, I think Montreal's middleweights win. Jake Charles is good though. Jamie Staken's really good too though, but I just know John is like John. Yeah, John's good. John is good. Ellie's really good too. I think Jamie on the right arm would beat Ellie on the right arm. Left arm would be, but I think John. That's interesting. That's interesting with the substitutions and stuff too. It's really interesting. And then we have Alan Ford and Tyler Bolzan against BLM and Pork Chop. Yeah. Yeah, I think if I have to give the edge on this, especially because Pork, like I don't know how Porky's endurance is, but in BLM, like the 242s are really good. I do think. Let me look at the ladies in Montreal here quick. 'Cause that is a very important factor. Tiffany. You know what? Clifton Erickson here. Hey Clifton, how you doing, man? I've just been going over tough for an hour. I actually think I can edit this right now. TAWF overview. Guys, I am getting smarter by the day with this computer stuff. Covering tough from head to toe and oh shoot. And match analysis on first game. Update. Perfect. Okay, alrighty. Well, Clifton, comment something so I can answer a question. I'm just going over this tough stuff right now. I keep rhyming. It's just hilarious, dude. I think Toronto women have an advantage, and I think Toronto light guys have an advantage. But I think Montreal is a 65-35. No, I'll say 60-40. 60-40 favor for me. Montreal's stacked. You know what though? I don't know why I'm giving predictions, man. I gotta see how this plays out still. Like I don't even know how the frickin' how it's gonna go. Well, can someone comment this? If I pull up YouTube, like if I go to the tough thing and I pull up the team arm wrestling format that they had, will I get copyrighted by Table Monkeys or am I allowed to do it because I'm covering it? Because I mean, we could watch a little bit of proof of concept, do that, go from there. So I think that'd be fun. Or does anyone want to like join and chat about it? Does anyone have any questions about it? Like, I'd be down to chat with someone about it live or keep answering questions. I got about another, I don't know, 15, 20 I could do here. Hey, King Arthur. How you doing? Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait until I see a comment on if I am good to do that. I mean, I could probably just do it. I don't know. How many teams to okay, here we go. Oh, Clifton. Clifton, am I allowed to say my match for Armbender? Do you know? I know you're kind of half boss around there, so let me know if I'm allowed to. Jordan Sill versus me in February, right-handed. Where does it go, and what do others here think that know Jordan Sill? I think that that's an interesting match, and I think 15 or 20 more minutes of Dakota. Is that too much, Drew? I can cut it down to 10 if it's too much. King Arthur. Sorry, Clifton, I'm going to go back to you because yours is a loaded question and I want to see what some comments say. King Arthur, how many teams total? There's 8 teams. You know what? I will pull up the teams quick, Arthur, because we got a second. We have. We at the motel. Okay, I'm at the wrong place. Um, Not sure yet for me. Okay, I won't say then. So we have 8 teams. We have Detroit Steel, Long Island Raiders, Tampa Bay Reapers, Las Vegas Reckoning, Montreal Saints, Vancouver Wildcats, Toronto Smoke, and Calgary Rangers. 8 teams in total. Um, Jordan Phil versus Clifton Erickson. Huh. That's gonna be a good match. I'm excited for that. What are you guys going to be close in weight, Clifton? I know I've asked you this before, but I forget. I think I th- I don't know that it depends what shows up, man. But I think that's a good match. I'm really curious to see how that goes. You can't lose twice in a row at the armbender, Clifton. So we're like on the chopping block, dude. So like no pressure on either of us. Okay, no one commented anything, so I'm just gonna do it. Maybe I shouldn't do it. I don't know. I'm really debating. Really debating. Can I just like hover over and it'll play? Huh. I'm kind of nervous. Actually, maybe I'll just cut this for now. 230s? Not sure. 230s. 230s won't be bad. Won't be so bad. But yeah. Well, Clifton, it doesn't seem like anybody else wants to put input in on your match. Maybe they're scared for you. And what other questions? Underdog for sure. I'd say maybe a touch. Like I think, yeah, because the name still has. But I think if that makes the winning a lot better if you win, Clifton. Being a dog's always fun to win. That's like my next two matches. I think I'm a dog, so it's always fun to get that win in there when that happens. Sean, is there anything else you want me to cover about it? Ryan Boussier is excited for it and Clifton is scared. Ryan, what do you think? Honest opinions. Also, Clifton can't lose a match in my eyes. Put him against Levon and I'd still be thinking twice about betting against him. That's hilarious. For real. Clifton, you gotta pull yeah, you gotta pull Levon next, dude. Yeah, underdog. Drew thinks you're a big dog, man. Drew said, good frickin' luck. No, I'm just kidding, but I think if you win, then you can pretty much get, like, within reason, any match you want in a good sense. Ryan Boosie, yay. All right, I'm gonna go like this. No, I'm gonna go like this. Did you guys miss me? Watch, viewer count's gonna drop like crazy. How do I unshare this? Close window. Ah, wow. 60-40 still, but obviously I'm 100 behind Clifton. Clifton, you the man. You the man. I'm actually really excited for that team arm wrestling, you guys. That was my first time deep diving into it too. I've heard a little bit, but now I feel like I can promote it a little better. That's exciting. There's a lot of aspects that you don't really think will come into play with arm wrestling until you get a league like that. So that's super, super cool. I don't know. I really can't wait to see like a team win on a gamble match or like a foul where it's like they need to win or they guaranteed lose because that just ups stakes. And I think another aspect of that adds is like when you have a team that needs you to win and you have people relying on you, and then all of a sudden you add another factor of nerves into a match that I think a lot of people sometimes like don't always have. Like there's one thing about, oh, I'm gonna lose. Like I have to live with that. But it's like, well, now if I lose, like the entire Calgary team behind me loses. And these guys have been battling for me for the last hour and a half or, however long it takes. So like I need to really get it in gear. You'll see people grind it out more endurance going in, interesting positions. You'll see teammates coming around. Hey, like, listen, that didn't work. Like, you got to do this or you got to do that. Things like that. I'm sure you'll see bickering. The league thing is going to be awesome. I'm excited to see it. So I forget that I can share you guys' comments sometimes too. It's my bad. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it as well. I think that it's going to be very fun. October 11th is going to be great. I think are they going live on YouTube with it as well? Because I would love to kind of cover it that day. I don't. Oh, that's the same day as Lethbridge, so definitely we'll have it on somewhere and be checking it out because it's gonna be good. Those teams are good too, actually. Like it makes sense, like what Sean said, because they're so close by. They drafted, but yeah, Montreal's got a good team. Montreal does have a good team. It'll be fun to see what the American teams are like, though, because like Long Island's quite a bit out east. I'm sure, like an Aiden LeMay can shake things up a little bit, or some of them bigger guys would be interesting. You get a Vegas team, you get some guys from Arizona or wherever. Like that's a lot of coverage. A lot of coverage. Vancouver. I feel like Vancouver could almost like I don't know if you have to get people from your region or not, but if you don't have to, like Vancouver could scout some guys. I know Hugh just moved to BC. That'd be a huge pickup for a Vancouver team if they got Hugh on there. I don't know who the managers are all gonna be and everything, but that'll be fun, traveling around with your team, talking plans, talking winning, talking about certain people you're arm wrestling. I think that's a really, really cool concept. But yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here unless anyone has any other questions that they want to cover. I got lots of fun content on the way. I got some stuff covering over mental preparation for a match. I got stuff covering how to prepare for a specific opponent, kind of like what I do in ways like that. I'm sure most of you guys in here watching probably know how to prep better than I do, but it's for the beginner aspect of people tuning in. I've been getting a lot of comments from new guys just asking me questions and stuff, and I love answering them. I've seen a lot of stuff that I want to make videos of, a lot of positive reviews saying keep up the good work and stuff. So to anyone who ever is saying anything positive to me, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. You know, I like to go on live on here by myself and talk about things. Hi, Rachel. But yeah, overall, it's just a lot of fun. I think that tough is going to be great. Thanks again for Sean for throwing that at me. That was really fun to cover all that. I mean, I lost track of time. It took me an hour and 10, so that was great. Clifton, get Josh Wilson on. Yeah, honestly, Clifton, I would love to have Josh Wilson on here. I've been trying to talk to him. I've been trying to get him on through the fingers or trying to get him on here, whatever he can do. Can I get a pad slap in your next match? James, you know, man, at my old age, I'm mellowed out. But I guess in my last match, I did pad slap. So, like a good old wild horse slap. Here's the thing, James. Okay, story time before I go, guys. I forget what match it was, but I smacked the table really hard and it hurt. And I was like, I don't like doing that anymore. That was not a great story, but anyways. James, if I remember, I'll smack the table. The thing is, I'm pulling Caden Esmond, and like he's pretty good. So like, I gotta be winning or like slip in an advantageous position in order to do that. Yeah, Clifton, let me know because I would love to get to announce my match on a show with Josh and then get to cover it and talk about a few other matches. I'm sure I know the guy is not as well as you, but I know him enough that I'm sure he'd let me announce some matches. And I know the Armbender's a big event. The trailer for it is awesome. It's super sick. The one halftime made. So yeah, I've been trying to talk to him about getting him on because I know the sponsorships down there are great and everything. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me tonight. I hope you all have a great night. And if you have any more questions or anything that you want me to cover on my channel, please comment it either on here on a different channel. I look, or not a different channel, different video. I look through all my comments. I try and do a video on everything. I'm scheduled like almost 2 weeks ahead now. I do a video every 3 days. I'm experimenting with my time and everything right now to see when like views are best, but I noticed a lot of you guys from all over watch, and I really appreciate it. So I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot of you guys at the event soon. A lot of you guys I talk with on the daily anyways. So again, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I hope you all have a